So this one kind of ties into the last one that I did, which was divine belief. But this is gonna be about manifesting the world that you want and becoming the person that you want to be. And it starts with divine belief, like I said in the last one. And if you're constantly telling yourself that you can't, it's like the power of attraction. I'm sure most of you have heard this. But if you're always telling yourself that you can't, then you can't, and you reaffirm that over and over and over again until you make that switch in your head and start telling people that you can, tell yourself that you can. And that's where it starts. As soon as you have that belief, it has to be reflected in your daily life too. Like in India, they said that once you become a disciple of yoga, the word disciple really means discipline. And discipline means stuff like waking up early and getting ahead, separating yourself from everybody else out there. It really takes discipline. And there's so many people out there that I've heard complain about things like, oh, my body is this way, or I'm just not happy, blah, 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 blah. And you can really change anything. Your body is just like, I like going back to the analogy of a computer system, just because I think this is kind of how this 3D matrix is structured, where our bodies are almost like computer systems. And we have programs, and it's all like subatomic and molecular, like geometric programming and energy, and different frequencies that hide inside your body, like the frequency of doubt or illness or whatever. And if you have the discipline to separate yourself from that, and the divine belief behind the knowing that you can change, and you can change your mind, you can change your mind and your body and the world around you, then you discipline yourself to get there. And you do that every single day over and over and over again until you start to see improvement. And then even if you're only seeing just a little bit, that's all it takes. As long as you have that belief and that joy of being on the path, to change, then it'll come true. And the discipline thing is so big, because I think the biggest thing behind even people that struggle with like mental illness stuff, and I went through a lot of this myself in my own journey, is just being lazy about wanting to help myself, and it goes for everything. Like I recently started playing the saxophone, and I'm starting to get into music production, and it takes a lot of discipline, because I'm 26 now, and to like get to where I want to be able to do something with that is going to take a lot of work, but I'm also trying to do all this meditation and make videos, and I have a lot of stuff on my plate, and it really takes that discipline. Like I said, like the biggest thing for me right now, because my sleep has been a little bit off, just because I just got back from a road trip. I'm still trying to reintegrate. Like I made a video on that. I haven't watched that in a while though. I need to go back. But yeah, so the discipline, like my perfect day would be waking up at 5:35. I actually had somebody who I'll talk about probably in another video tell me in a dream that I needed to be waking up at 5:35 every single morning. And there's a couple reasons for that. One is it just gives you more time in the day, and you're not oversleeping. And like if you're meditating, like I meditate, or my goal is to like meditate with yoga and stuff, and like walking combined, like 3 hours a day around there. And by getting up at 5:30, you can get most of that done. Like I would wake up at 5:30, and then I would chant for like 10 minutes. And I still do this. It's kind of rough right now, but I'm gonna get back in the habit of doing this every day. But waking up at 5:30, chanting 10 minutes, then meditating for like 20, and then going on a jog. Jogging is like super, super important for mental health stuff too. And just like everybody, I think, should jog. Like once I started doing it, I actually saw this thing online that said it was like this chart that had all these things on it that said that were showing what makes people most happy. And I think the number 1 and 2 thing was keeping a gratitude journal. And the second thing I think was jogging. And so I started jogging. I actually had somebody in a dream tell me I needed to be jogging every morning too. And this was like way before. And yeah, so jog, and then I'd get back and then like eat and shower and then do yoga for like 40 minutes. And yoga is like amazing. I've talked about it before, but you have like this, people think your neurological system is mostly just in your brain, but it's really like you have this huge neurological system throughout your whole body, you know, and your spine is really important too. And if you're always hunched over and you're not stretching your muscles and your nervous system out at all, there's a lot of energy that can get stuck in your muscles and in your nerves. And the way that they function the best is when they're loose, and doing yoga can help alleviate some of those lower frequencies. Actually just watched Randy Weitenheimer and Emery talk about how when you're relaxed, your energy field expands, and when you're in like fear, like lower emotions, your energy field contracts, and like you get in like anxiety and fear and stuff, you know. So yoga helps to relax you, relax your muscles, and again lets that energy field expand. So yeah, after I would do yoga, then I think I would do I would go upstairs and do maybe like 10 minutes of meditation, or go straight into Kundalini yoga. And Kundalini yoga is amazing, like for the mental stuff. Like the yogis in India are really big on that, because it basically fills your body with like that white fire energy. And I can feel it when I do like I do like 3 rounds, and it's really short, so it doesn't really take that much discipline to do it. But I do like one 1-minute round, and then I do another 1-minute round, and then I do finish it off with like a 3-minute round. And then on the third, I can feel the energy. It feels like super tingly, and then it gets like the top of my head, and then it stays there for a bit, and then I can kind of feel it like spill down over the front of my face. And that's just like that really high vibe energy going in your brain, and like purifying all of it. And yeah, just getting rid of all those toxins on like the higher dimensional levels, and lower dimensional levels too. And yeah, and Emery also talks about your etheric field, and how doing things like this makes your etheric field stronger. And I think he said it's like one, and I'm starting to see it on people, but it's like a 1 to like 3 inch field that surrounds your body, and that protects you from like stuff like radiation and microwaves and radio waves and stuff like that we have to deal with. But yeah, the discipline of that. And once I'm done with all that, I'm pretty much done with my day. And then as far as like meditation and stuff, and then I do like another 30-minute meditation right before bed. And sometimes if I'm kind of like, my mind is going too fast during the day, I'll do like another one to settle me down. But again, like I've talked about how before, like when you're in meditation, it's easy to get into these states where you're in pure silence, but it's hard to bring that into your normal everyday life. And that takes another aspect of discipline, is like bringing that consciousness into your life. Like it's early on in my journey, it's been difficult to, I mean, like I said, it's been easy to get into meditative states where I'm calm, but then once I go outside and like start working and stuff, it's hard to bring that with me, and that takes another it takes more discipline to do that too. And so like I've said in other videos, like listening to sound and observing your thoughts instead of interacting with them, and trying to do that in your normal everyday life. And yeah, having the discipline to start something new, or, and like I said in the beginning of the video, like if you want to change your life, you want to pick up an instrument or start producing, you have to cut out things, you know. And that's another thing that I wanted to get to. Like if you're still struggling with things that are addictive, like cigarettes was my big one that I've like gone on and on. Like I'll just like buy a pack every like now and then, but I really need to and like get rid of that completely. And like when I don't have those with me, it's like it's not out of sight, out of mind type thing. Like I'm not addicted to them. It's just when I have them, or like I don't know, I just get stressed sometimes. But what I'm saying is, if you can have the discipline to cut all of those things out of your life, then you separate yourself even that much more from everybody, and give yourself that much more of a leg up on whatever you're trying to accomplish, you know. And that can be so many different things, so many different addictions out there, you know. But yeah, let's see what else. Yeah, I think that's about it.